actually a longer term vision on this, and we are treating this visit as part of a chain of events that starting from Bill Clinton in 2000. So I think we are in a way a very steady and stable and predictable partner here. Trump brought in a lot of unpredictability, but I think this visit hopefully should get him on board, because the bureaucracies of the two sides are very clear that this is a pivotal relationship for the balance of power in Asia, for stabilizing Afghanistan, and
Professor, we are getting the first visuals of the two leaders, Prime Minister Modi and President Trump, walk out of Hyderabad House for the signing of agreement ceremony, followed by their joint press statement. These are live visuals coming to viewers from the Hyderabad House in New Delhi.
History is going to be made, just like Prime Minister Narendra Modi said, and this is going to be a new chapter in India-US strategic partnership.
Your Excellency, Mr. Donald Trump, President of the United States of America, Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi ji, Ministers, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. Before I begin with the press event, I would like to announce the 3 documents which were concluded during the visit. First was an MOU on mental health between the Department of Health and Family Welfare of the Government of the Republic of India and the Department of Health and Human Services of the Government of the United States of America. Second was an MOU on the safety of medical products between the Central Drugs Standard Control Organization within the Directorate General of Health Services of the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare of the Republic of India and the Food and Drug Administration of the Department of Health and Human Services of the United States of America. And finally, a letter of cooperation between Indian Oil Corporation Limited and ExxonMobil India LNG Limited and Chart Industries Incorporation. I now begin the proceedings for the press event. To begin, may I request the Honorable Prime Minister of India, Shri Narendra Modi ji, to deliver his statement to the press.
मेरे मित्र
My friend
और अमेरिका के राष्ट्रपति
and President of the United States,
Donald Trump,
Donald Trump,
अमेरिकी डेलीगेशन के सम्मानित
respected
सदस्यगण,
members of the American delegation,
लेडीज एंड जेंटलमैन,
ladies and gentlemen,
नमस्ते।
good afternoon.
राष्ट्रपति ट्रंप और उनके डेलीगेशन का भारत में एक बार फिर
Again, a very warm
हार्दिक
welcome
स्वागत
to
है।
President Trump and his delegation
मुझे
in
विशेष
India.
खुशी है
I am especially
कि इस यात्रा
really
पर
happy
वो अपने
that
परिवार
he
के
has
साथ
brought
आए
his
हैं।
family with him on this visit.
पिछले 8 महीनों में
In the
राष्ट्रपति
last 8
ट्रंप
months,
और मेरे बीच
this is
ये 5वीं मुलाकात है।
meeting between President Trump and
कल
myself.
मोटेरा में
Yesterday,
राष्ट्रपति ट्रंप का अनप्रेसिडेंटेड
unprecedented
और हिस्टोरिकल वेलकम
historic welcome for President Trump
हमेशा
yesterday in
याद
Montreal
रखा
will
जाएगा।
always be remembered.
कल
Yesterday,
ये फिर से स्पष्ट हुआ
it became clear once
कि
again
अमेरिका और भारत के संबंध
the relations between the United
सिर्फ
States
दो
and
सरकारों
India
के बीच नहीं
are
है,
not just limited
बल्कि
to the relations between
पीपल
two
ड्रिवन है,
governments. They are
पीपल
people-driven
सेंट्रिक है।
and they are people-centric.
यह संबंध
This relationship
21वीं सदी की
is
सबसे
the
महत्वपूर्ण
most
पार्टनरशिप
important
में है
partnership of the 21st century.
और इसलिए
And therefore,
आज
today,
राष्ट्रपति ट्रंप
President Trump
और मैंने
and I have taken it
हमारे
decision
संबंधों को
to raise
कॉम्प्रिहेंसिव ग्लोबल स्ट्रेटेजिक
the level
पार्टनरशिप
of a comprehensive global
के स्तर पर ले जाने
strategic
का
partnership.
निर्णय लिया है। संबंधों को इस मुकाम तक लाने में
President
राष्ट्रपति
Trump's
ट्रंप का
contribution in
अमूल्य
raising
योगदान
our
रहा है।
relations to this level
Friends,
have been invaluable.
आज
Friends,
हमारी चर्चा में हमने
during our discussions today,
इस पार्टनरशिप के
we had
हर अहम पहलू
a
पर
productive exchange
सकारात्मक
on
विचार
every
किया,
important aspect of our partnership.
चाहे वो डिफेंस
Whether it is defense
and security हो,
security,
एनर्जी स्ट्रेटेजिक पार्टनरशिप हो,
strategic energy
टेक्नोलॉजी
partnership,
कोऑपरेशन हो,
technology
ग्लोबल
cooperation,
कनेक्टिविटी हो,
global connectivity,
ट्रेड रिलेशंस हो,
trade relations,
या फिर पीपल टू पीपल
or
टाइज।
people-to-people ties.
भारत और अमेरिका के बीच बढ़ता रक्षा
The
और सुरक्षा
increasing
सहयोग
defense and security
हमारी
cooperation
स्ट्रेटेजिक
between
पार्टनरशिप का
India and the United
एक
States
बहुत
is
अहम
a very
हिस्सा है।
important aspect of our strategic
अत्याधुनिक रक्षा
partnership.
उपकरण व प्लेटफॉर्म पर सहयोग से भारत की
Cooperation in
डिफेंस क्षमता में
ultra-modern defense equipment
बढ़ोतरी
and
हुई है।
platforms will enhance
हमारे डिफेंस
India's
मैन्युफैक्चरर्स
defense capabilities.
एक दूसरे की
Our
सप्लाई
defense
चेन्स का
manufacturers
हिस्सा
are
बन रहे
becoming
हैं।
a part of each other's
भारतीय
supply chain.
फोर्सेस
Indian forces
आज सबसे
are
अधिक
today
ट्रेनिंग
doing the
एक्सरसाइज
maximum training
यूएसए के
exercises
फोर्सेस के साथ कर
with
रही
US
है।
forces.
पिछले कुछ सालों में
In the last few
हमारी
years,
सेनाओं के बीच
there has been
इंटर ऑपरेबिलिटी में अनप्रेसिडेंटेड वृद्धि हुई है।
Friends,
इसी तरह हम अपने
होमलैंड
होमलैंड्स की सुरक्षा और अंतर्राष्ट्रीय अपराध से लड़ने के लिए भी सहयोग बढ़ा रहे हैं। आज होमलैंड सिक्योरिटी पर हुए निर्णय से इस सहयोग को और बल मिलेगा। आतंक के समर्थकों को जिम्मेदार ठहराने के लिए आज हमने अपने प्रयासों को और बढ़ाने का निश्चय किया है। प्रेसिडेंट ट्रंप ने ड्रग्स और ओपियोइड क्राइसिस से लड़ाई को प्राथमिकता दी है। आज हमारे बीच ड्रग ट्रैफिकिंग, नार्को टेररिज्म और ऑर्गेनाइज्ड क्राइम जैसी गंभीर समस्याओं के बारे में एक नए मैकेनिज्म पर भी सहमति हुई है। फ्रेंड्स, कुछ ही समय पहले स्थापित हमारी स्ट्रेटेजिक एनर्जी पार्टनरशिप सुदृढ़ होती जा रही है और इस क्षेत्र में आपसी निवेश बढ़ा है। तेल और गैस के लिए अमेरिका भारत का एक बहुत महत्वपूर्ण स्रोत बन गया है। पिछले 4 वर्षों में हमारा कुल एनर्जी व्यापार करीब $20 बिलियन रहा है। रिन्यूएबल हो या न्यूक्लियर एनर्जी, हमारे कोऑपरेशन को नई ऊर्जा मिल रही है। फ्रेंड्स, इसी तरह इंडस्ट्री 4.0 और 21st सेंचुरी की अन्य उभरती टेक्नोलॉजी, उस पर भी इंडिया यूएस पार्टनरशिप इनोवेशन और एंटरप्राइज के नए मुकाम स्थापित कर रही है। भारतीय प्रोफेशनल्स के टैलेंट ने अमेरिकी कंपनीज की टेक्नोलॉजी लीडरशिप को मजबूत किया है। फ्रेंड्स, भारत और अमेरिका आर्थिक क्षेत्र में ओपननेस और फेयर एंड बैलेंस ट्रेड के लिए प्रतिबद्ध है। पिछले 3 वर्षों में हमारे द्विपक्षीय व्यापार में डबल डिजिट ग्रोथ हुई है और वह ज्यादा संतुलित भी हुआ है। अगर एनर्जी, सिविल एयरक्राफ्ट, डिफेंस और हायर एजुकेशन ले तो पिछले 4-5 सालों में सिर्फ इन 4 सेक्टर्स ने ही भारत अमेरिका के आर्थिक संबंधों में लगभग $70 बिलियन का योगदान किया है। इसमें से काफी कुछ राष्ट्रपति ट्रंप की नीतियों और फैसलों के कारण संभव हुआ है। मुझे पूरा विश्वास है कि आने वाले समय में यह आंकड़ा काफी बढ़ जाएगा। जहां तक बायलैटरल ट्रेड का सवाल है, हमारे कॉमर्स मिनिस्टर्स के बीच सकारात्मक वार्ताएं हुई हैं। राष्ट्रपति ट्रंप और मैं आज सहमत हुए हैं कि हमारे कॉमर्स मिनिस्टर के बीच जो अंडरस्टैंडिंग बनी है उसे हमारी टीम्स लीगल रूप दें। हम एक बड़ी ट्रेड डील के लिए नेगोशिएशन शुरू करने पर भी सहमत हुए हैं। हमें आशा है कि आपसी हित में इसके अच्छे परिणाम निकलेंगे। फ्रेंड्स, वैश्विक स्तर पर भारत और अमेरिका का सहयोग हमारे समान लोकतांत्रिक मूल्यों और उद्देश्यों पर आधारित है। खासकर इंडो पैसिफिक और ग्लोबल कॉमन्स में रूल बेस्ड इंटरनेशनल ऑर्डर के लिए यह सहयोग विशेष महत्व रखता है। हम दोनों देश विश्व में कनेक्टिविटी इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर के विकास में सस्टेनेबल एंड ट्रांसपेरेंट फाइनेंसिंग के महत्व पर सहमत है। हमारा यह आपसी तालमेल एक दूसरे के ही नहीं बल्कि विश्व के हित में है। फ्रेंड्स, भारत और अमेरिका की स्पेशल मित्रता की सबसे महत्वपूर्ण नींव हमारे पीपल टू पीपल रिलेशंस हैं, चाहे वो प्रोफेशनल्स हो या स्टूडेंट्स। यूएसए में इंडियन डायस्पोरा का इसमें सबसे बड़ा योगदान रहा है। भारत के ये एम्बेसडर्स न सिर्फ अपने टैलेंट और परिश्रम से यूएसए की अर्थव्यवस्था में कंट्रीब्यूट कर रहे हैं, बल्कि अपने डेमोक्रेटिक वैल्यूज और समृद्ध कल्चर से अमेरिकन सोसाइटी को भी एनरिच कर रहे हैं। मैंने राष्ट्रपति ट्रंप से अनुरोध किया है कि हमारे प्रोफेशनल्स के सोशल सिक्योरिटी कंट्रीब्यूशन पर टोटलाइजेशन एग्रीमेंट को दोनों पक्ष चर्चा आगे बढ़ाएं। यह आपसी हित में होगा। फ्रेंड्स, इन सभी आयामों में हमारे रिश्तों को और मजबूत बनाने में राष्ट्रपति ट्रंप की ये यात्रा ने ऐतिहासिक भूमिका निभाई है। एक बार फिर मैं प्रेसिडेंट ट्रंप को भारत आने के लिए और भारत अमेरिका संबंधों को नई ऊंचाई पर पहुंचाने के लिए हार्दिक धन्यवाद देता हूं। थैंक यू।
Well, thank you very much. And Prime Minister Modi, this has been a very special visit. Unforgettable, extraordinary. What can you say? Very, very wonderful to be with you. Thank you very much. And Melania and I have been awed by the majesty of India and the exceptional kindness and generosity of the Indian people. We'll always remember the magnificent welcome the citizens of your home state showed us upon arrival. It was a profound expression of strength and of real love. Really, it was love. And I think everybody saw that, everybody witnessed that for themselves. The First Lady and I also reflected on the memory of Mahatma Gandhi at his ashram, and this morning in Delhi, we laid a wreath in his honor. We visited one of your nation's most stunning cultural treasures, the world-famous Taj Mahal, and we look forward to continuing our visit tonight during a wonderful state banquet with President Kovind at the Presidential Palace. I know Prime Minister Modi will agree that this has been a very productive visit for both of our countries. Earlier today, we expanded our defense cooperation with agreements for India to purchase more than $3 billion of advanced American military equipment, including Apache and MH-60 Romeo helicopters, the finest in the world. These deals will enhance our joint defense capabilities as our militaries continue to train and operate side by side. In our discussions, Prime Minister Modi and I affirmed our two countries' commitment to protecting our citizens from radical Islamic terrorism. In this effort, the United States is also working productively with Pakistan to confront terrorists who operate on its soil. Together, the Prime Minister and I are revitalizing the Quad initiative with the United States, India, Australia, and Japan. Since I took office, we have held the first Quad ministerial meeting. I guess you would call it a meeting, but it seems like so much more than that, an expanded cooperation on counterterrorism, cybersecurity, and maritime security to ensure a free and open Indo-Pacific. As we deepen our partnership with India, we remember that our two countries have always been united by shared traditions of democracy and constitutions that protect freedom, individual rights, and the rule of law. During our visit, we discussed the importance of a secure 5G wireless network and the need for this emerging technology to be a tool for freedom, progress, prosperity, not to do anything where it could be even conceived as a conduit for suppression and censorship, to guarantee that the infrastructure of the future is built in a safe, transparent, and accountable manner. The United States is working with a range of partners, including Australia and Japan, to create the Blue Dot Network, a major initiative to ensure countries around the world to have access to private sector-led, sustainable, and trustworthy options for high-quality infrastructure development, and that's what's happening. Another major focus of my discussions with Prime Minister Modi is forging bilateral economic relationships that is fair and reciprocal. Our teams have made tremendous progress on a comprehensive trade agreement, and I'm optimistic we can reach a deal that will be of great importance to both countries. Since I took office, U.S. exports to India are up nearly 60%, and exports of high-quality American energy have grown by, thank you very much, 500%. That's great. As India grows, so do its energy needs. Yesterday, ExxonMobil signed a deal to improve India's natural gas distribution network so that the U.S. can export even more LNG to India. We are pleased to be joined by the chairman of ExxonMobil LNG Market Development, Alex Volkov. Thank you, Alex, wherever you may be. Where is Alex? Is here someplace? Alex, thank you very much. Thank you very much, Alex. And the CEO of Chart Energy and Chemicals, Jillian Ivanko. Thank you very much. Thank you both. Thank you, Jillian. Thank you very much. That's a big deal, Alex, right? Can you handle it? I think so, right? It's great. To further strengthen our economic ties, the United States is pleased to announce that the U.S. International Development Finance Corporation will be establishing a permanent presence right here. America is especially committed to working with India to improve development and empower women entrepreneurs. That is why my daughter Ivanka attended the Global Entrepreneurship Summit in Hyderabad to highlight women's economic empowerment. Ivanka, please, great job you've done. Thank you very much. Thank you. We have since launched the WGDP initiative, which is now spearheading projects supporting women in the economy from New Delhi to Kolkata. In our meetings with the Prime Minister, we discussed and agreed to create a counter-narcotics working group to confront the growing threat of illicit fentanyl and opioid production. We must rid our societies of these lethal, horrible poisons. We will rid our societies of these bad drugs that are pouring in. Prime Minister Modi, we have made tremendous advances for our people over the past 2 days, and working together, I know that our two nations will continue to achieve new breakthroughs, unlock new potential, and forge even brighter futures in the years ahead. We think we're at a point where our relationship is so special with India. It has never been as good as it is right now, and I think that's because the two leaders of each country, really, we feel very strongly about each other, and we have done something that's very unique, and we've made some wonderful deals for each of our countries. Once again, we want to thank you and the entire nation of India for honoring the United States with its outstanding welcome, and I'm pleased to say that the U.S.-Indian partnership is now truly stronger than ever before. This was a great visit with a tremendous friend and a tremendous leader, Prime Minister Modi. We won't be taking questions now. I'll be having a news conference at 5 o'clock, and we'll take plenty of questions. Thank you all very much. Thank you.
Thank you, Excellency. This concludes the press event. Thank you all for joining.
So 3 MOUs have been announced ahead of the joint press statement. One is on mental health, the second being on safety of medical products in the food and drugs domain, and the third being one in terms of energy cooperation, a letter of cooperation between IOC and ExxonMobil. And a big announcement has been made. Prime Minister Narendra Modi announced that India and the United States have decided to upgrade their relationship to a comprehensive global strategic partnership, which means that this strategic partnership is now going to have even more heft. Besides that, Prime Minister Narendra Modi spoke about how not just bilateral trade has grown between India and the United States by leaps and bounds, but how that trade has become more balanced with elements like energy, defense, higher education, as well as civil aircraft. Later, Donald Trump also spoke about how exports from the United States to India have gone up by leaps and bounds, especially since he became the President of the United States of America. A new mechanism has been announced on drug trafficking, narco-terrorism, as well as on organized crime. And a mention was made by US President Donald Trump of terrorism emanating from Pakistan and the need to put a check on that. Besides that, Donald Trump mentioned that the first quadrilateral ministerial meeting had taken place. There was a mention of Blue Dot Network as well by US President Donald Trump, and the need to have sustainable financing was something that Prime Minister Narendra Modi spoke about. So this particular initiative also was discussed. Also, Indo-Pacific was one issue that was discussed in the context of the first Quad ministerial meeting that Donald Trump spoke about. So a huge array of issues were discussed during this meeting, and very importantly, considering the issue of movement of professionals from India to the United States, it has also been requested by Prime Minister Narendra Modi that talks should move forward on a totalization agreement for social security. In the context of bilateral trade, Prime Minister Narendra Modi said that the commerce ministers of India and the United States have already met, and we've agreed to have an understanding that moves on to a legal route. He said that we've agreed to start talks on a major trade deal that is mutually beneficial. So those are the highlights of the press statements. And later we heard US President Donald Trump say that he'll be addressing a joint press conference. In fact, a press conference. He'll be addressing a press conference at around 5 this evening.
Indeed. And Munmun, if I can just talk about what President Trump said in his intervention there in the joint press statement alongside Prime Minister Modi. President Trump spoke about a $3 billion defense deal with India. That's point number one. He spoke about how the US wants Pakistan to confront terrorism operating from its soil. He spoke about how the Quad, comprising India,